Hi ladies, this is not my typical video and I'm honestly a little bit nervous. My blog, Oops and Daisies, is both about my makeup business, but I also want it to be an inspirational place, especially for women and mothers. And I realized I haven't done any videos that are inspirational. I've done a lot of makeup ones, and so this is really stepping on my comfort zone. But that's kind of what I wanted to talk about, is doing it afraid and the benefits to you when you do it afraid. I had thought about making this a live video, but baby steps. So I'm doing a pre-recorded one. Hopefully I'm not taking too many takes on this because I've got a lot of things to say. And I do have some notes over here. So if I'm looking over here, that's why. But a little bit of background on me. I've always been a cautious person and a little anxious at times too. I remember back in middle school, I would walk to school with this one girl who lived near me. She was a lot more popular than me, and I remember certain times we'd be talking and she'd say something, and then I literally like go through my head like, okay, should I say this? Should I say that? And then by the time I came up with the perfect way to phrase it, the moment had passed. And I got to a point where I realized I can't keep doing this to myself. Like, this is why I like writing, you know? Like, I can write something down, and when I write it down, I can kind of fix it and I can edit it and I can make it just perfect. But in conversations with people, you can't do that. And so luckily in high school, I realized, you know, I need to get out of my comfort zone. I need to get more comfortable speaking to people that I'm not comfortable speaking with. So I joined the debate team, and that really did help me a lot. That helped me come out of my shell quite a bit. But it was so out of my comfort zone, like crazy. And while I've always been a cautious person, I do try to find ways to step out of my comfort zone because I love the feeling that I have once I do it. I feel like I've accomplished something. I feel more empowered when I step out of my comfort zone. And I've seen that in evidence throughout my life. Like, I traveled alone for the first time when I was in college. I mean, it wasn't far. I went to California to visit a friend at Berkeley, but it made me anxious. But I still even went into this when she was in class. I went into the city by myself and I got a little bit lost, but I made it back. And that's the point, you know, like you find ways of doing things. You find that you are capable of doing it when you step out of your comfort zone. And after doing that, it led to other things in my life. Like when I started with the International Kitchen, I got an email one day. I was very unhappy in the career that I was in. I wouldn't even call it a career, but then one day I got an email about a part-time job for people who love food and travel. And I told my fiance at the time, we were getting married in like 4 months, I'm like, I really want to do this. And he said, go for it. We'll figure it out, even though I was going from a full-time to a part-time. And it was a big change for me, but it was awesome. And I traveled alone overseas and still with that job. And I mean, it's amazing to travel alone, and it's amazing to meet new people and things like that. So that was another way I stepped out of my comfort zone. And the more I've learned about stepping out of my comfort zone, I've read research about it. And literally, when you try something new, research says that you're creating new connections in your brain. So it literally is helping you grow as a person, and teaching you that you can do so much more than the limits that you set for yourself. Because really, at the end of the day, it comes to limits that you're setting for yourself. Your confidence blooms when you step out of your comfort zone. You learn what you're capable of. I know I've said that a couple of times, but I want to stress that. The same thing with my makeup business. When I got started with that, I knew nothing about makeup. Absolutely nothing. And there was a small voice at the back of my head that said, you know, Liz, you don't know how to do this. You don't know how to, you get nervous talking to people. You can't network. There was that voice, that fear that said, you're going to fail at this. But you know what? I squashed it. And I tried it anyways because I love the makeup that I did try, and I learned how to apply it. And I just saw the opportunity, and I leapt for it. I just went for it, squashing those fears. I did it afraid, and it was amazing. But there was still steps to take. For a while, I didn't do any personal videos of my own, even though my sponsor and mentor within the company said, you know, people love seeing you, flaws and all, even if you're nervous, they love seeing you. And So it took me nearly a year into the business to start doing my own videos, which is crazy when I think about it. And I had some excuses. I had, like, well, I don't have a great backdrop. The best light in my house is literally sitting on the floor of my bedroom. And this is my backdrop. And I do intend to work on that. I want to have a better backdrop. But you know what? I'm not going to let it stop me. And if I had let it stop me, and if I hadn't done videos for my makeup business, I can't even imagine how much business I would have lost out on, because people message me all the time saying they love my videos, they love my tutorials, they love how simple I keep it, because I'm a simple makeup gal. I don't go too over the top because that's not me. I like keeping it natural, as my makeup is right now. But again, I could have had all these excuses not to do the video because this is my background, because I didn't have experience doing videos. I could have had so many, but I did it afraid because I knew that if I did, I'd grow as a person. And I have. I really, really have. And I also have heard about stepping out of your comfort zone, that the money is on the other side of your comfort zone. If something makes you nervous in your business, chances are there's a bit of fear attached to it. And so that's what I realized too with about making this video. And that's why I'm starting with this topic, is that this is important to me. These kind of topics about doing it afraid. And I'm going to talk also about like overcoming negativity and getting outside of your own head, that sort of thing. I am going to make this more of a regular thing because it's important to me. And that's the whole point of my video. When you do it afraid, you will learn what's important to you. You will learn what you are capable of. Again, I'm saying that because it's so important. So I hope you enjoyed watching this video. I hope that it's inspiring you to step out of your comfort zone a little bit too and try something that you've always wanted to try, but something about it has been holding you back a little bit. Chances are the something holding you back is you. So think about that. And if you ever want to talk, I'm here to talk. And I could talk about this all day. So I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you liked it, please hit the like button. If you loved it, please go ahead and share. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you online. Have a beautiful day. Bye.